It's often referred to as the fifth major of the season. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Players Championship from TPC Sawgrass in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. Fun fact about TPC Sawgrass: played there for my 30th birthday. Got to 17, immediately put one in the water. Shouldn't say immediately, because I like to play from the white tees. We went up there, our group, we were confident coming off 16, a dangerous par 5. Gigantic alligator sunning himself, or herself, I didn't check, right there on the tee box. So we moved back to the blues, the alligator clearly in my head at this point, right into the water. Confident I would have had birdie if I had been able to play from the white tees. All right, fun aside, TPC Sawgrass par 72 measures 7,245 yards. Your defending champion is Cameron Smith. Your favorite this week, Rory McIlroy at a price of 9-1, with Jon Rahm and Scottie Scheffler following close behind at 10-1. We begin with a couple future selections, as we like to do each and every week. Max Homa, 22-1, finished 13th here last year and has been on an absolute heater this season. Count them, 4 top 4 finishes in his last 6 starts, which includes a win at the Farmers Insurance Open. The guy has been outstanding this year, and over his last 24 rounds, #1 on the PGA Tour in strokes gained on approach. That is a very important metric this week at Sawgrass. Futures bet #2, old Tom Kim at 35-1. First, the bad news. Kim has never played here before, and his last 3 events, the results leave a little bit to be desired. 34th, 45th, and 50th, respectively. That is the bad news. The good news is that prior to that, he was on a heater for the ages. He won the Shiners Open all the way back in October, and then over the next 6 events, he finished in the top 11 4 times. Very accurate with the irons, which is very important here. So our 2 futures plays for the week, in terms of reasonable prices, Max Homa 22-1, Tom Kim 35-1. Longshot play of the week is none other than Keith Mitchell at 55-1. We've been talking about Keith Mitchell every single week, and he's been delivering or getting very close to delivering. Much like Homa, he tied for 13th in this event last season, and he has been on an absolute heater. 24th last week at the Arnold Palmer, just missed the top 20 for us. We can let that slide. The handicap was solid. He was right there. He has had top 5s in 2 of the 3 events prior to that 24th. So he's been playing very consistently, and he is #1 on tour in total driving, which is going to be big this week at Sawgrass. So our long shot play of the week, Keith Mitchell, 55-1. If you're looking to get some of that action nice and early, we're not looking at 4-round matchups. We're not looking at waiting all weekend. You want to play the old first-round leader? We've got 2 for you this week. Tommy Fleetwood and Shane Lowry. Tommy Fleetwood shot 66 in the first round here last year. 69 or lower in his first round at Sawgrass in 3 of his last 4 starts. He's been really good this season. We've been playing him in long shots, and it doesn't look like he's just good enough to close. But if you want to play him in things like top 20s, top 30s, situations like this, big potential paydays for first round leaders, that's where you want to take a shot, because he's been solid. He just can't seem to get over the hump. He has gained strokes on both approach and tee to green in every single start this year. So his profile as a golfer who should have success at Sawgrass, very solid. There's a lot to like given his course history here, given his recent form. Not sure if he's gonna put it over the top, but top 20 bets, and as well to be your first round leader, Tommy Fleetwood's worth a play. So is Shane Lowry, who's coming into the tournament somewhere around 55-1. Lowry's a big game hunter. He doesn't win a lot of events, but he contends in some of the most serious events and toughest events out there. 13th or better in each of his last 2 starts here. So the last couple times we've seen him at Sawgrass, he's performed quite well. We're getting a cheap price because he shot 80 on Saturday last week at the Arnold Palmer, and that kind of just tanked the weekend, which, 80 for a guy like me. I'm celebrating and buying rounds for everybody. 80 for him, it ruins the weekend, but don't let that one bad round cloud everything else we talked about, as well as the fact that his other 3 rounds at the Arnold Palmer were all under par. So he played very well except for that 1 round. We're getting a discounted price here. Your first round leader bets, Tommy Fleetwood and Shane Lowry. To the 4-round matchups we go. We always like to throw one of them your week. We cashed last week, so we're gonna look to keep it moving. Keegan Bradley versus Matthew Fitzpatrick, both golfers listed at -110. We're gonna play Keegan Bradley, who has had a ton of success at Sawgrass. He's made the cut in 6 straight starts here. Of those 6 starts, 3 of them have resulted in finishes of the top 16 or better, right? Finishing at 16th or better, and last year he was 5th. So he played very well here over an extended period of time, and that culminated last year with a 5th. Cultivated? I guess you could cultivate that score, but that would not be the word you'd be looking for. Fitzpatrick is someone we played last week. We liked him. We thought we were getting a good price, 35-1 at Bay Hill, because he had been sluggish this season. And he finished 24th. He was better. 14th, excuse me. But he still has those issues, right? Maybe he's turning the corner, maybe we get burned here, but in 6 career starts at this event, he has missed the cut 3 times, including last year. So Bradley's form on this course over Fitzpatrick's. Last week we saw a glimmer. Could end up getting burned here, but at -110 both ways, we're gonna go Keegan Bradley in a 4-round matchup over Matthew Fitzpatrick. Finally, your top 20 bet of the week. A golfer to finish inside the top 20. You hear this name quite a lot when we're talking about these tournaments. It's going to be Viktor Hovland at a price of +120. Now, Hovland 2 years ago made his first start here. He missed the cut. Last year, he was outstanding. He finished in the top 10, 9th at Sawgrass. He has finished in the top 20 in 6 of his last 7 starts. So not only did he peak here last year, but he's also playing very well this season. Much like Fleetwood, but to a greater degree, can't close. Last week we saw him, that he was playing wonderfully at Bay Hill, and then the water ball at the end ended the round. Don't let the one shot dissuade you, okay? +120 is serious for a guy who's finished in the top 20 in 6 of his last 7 starts. He's gonna compete. He's going to win at some point, which is why future prices on him continue to drop. I think he's 28-1 here. Not necessarily a bad play in my opinion, but playing him in the top 20 is a safe alternative, which is what we're gonna do this week. Thank you so much for checking us out. Hope you enjoyed the UFC 285 coverage. John Anik and I will have some stuff coming up in the very near future on UFC 286 and conference basketball tournament futures, Madness tournament futures. It's all coming, baby. Keep it locked in on OddsSharp.